Today is probably the last comfortable warm day for me in the garden by our place. I can smell the cold is coming, the rain is coming, and the temperature will drop dramatically, which is not good for my rose. They are still forming bud. Normally, close to end of October is the end of my roses, but this year we are always unstable with weather here. Maybe I should not risk it to plan to let them bloom end of September. This one already, Cajita already has many buds about to bloom. I hope we don't get hit very badly from the cold air this time, that they can still bloom. Temperature will goes back after the short period, but once it got frozen once, it will be unhealthy, very unhealthy. This is Liliana. Oh, she's a little bit slow this time. Yeah. I hope I can still have the last round of blossom this year. And finally, after 2 weeks, yesterday, my friend find out I have a new tree here, but she thinks my camellia tree grew very huge. And then this week, because I was all thinking about the calathea I bought, so I watched a lot of videos and informations about Zimmerpflanzen, house plants. Then I suddenly get the beauty of the variegation of plants, variegated plants. I never had any in my garden, and the people around me also don't like it. Maybe because we have very strong, straightforward sunlight burning in the garden in the seasons except the winter. So this is a hosta. I even don't like hosta. Today I saw this variegated hosta. It was so attractive. And then I think the reason I don't like them before is because I'm only looking at full sun plants. If you hosta also like sunlight, if you want them to bloom under the full sunlight, strong sunlight, it does not fit. And the family who has no idea about garden will always ask, if they see a variegated plants, are they sick? Is that some problem? Is there insects? And also they were like completely strong colored, like hot pink, deep red flower and dark foliage. That looks good. For example, the hydrangea vanilla strawberry, this foliage looks very good in the garden in the full sun. And then because I have also many shadow corners in the garden, today I put them here in the shadow, because I find them very variegated plants are very pretty inside. For the house plants, people say light, indirect light, dark, less light. These terms are different in garden. In garden, they are all dark, all full shadow. So today I pick up 2 variegated plants I never noticed before to try out in the garden. Yes, this guy was standing in the garden center since the first day, and everybody just ignore it. But when I put this plant in full shadow, it's similar to the indirect light room in the houseplants. It looks like a painting. It was so beautiful. And this one is even two colored. But it's garden plants, it's not for indoors. And this type of photonia is from Japan and the south part of Southeast Asia. No, that's too warm. Japan and South China, perhaps. So this will be good environment under the pine tree. I will do some research about the light condition. I don't need them to bloom, so I don't need to put it under the full sunlight. It looks really great here. I even bought a hydrangea soil package today because this is the only one I can have with a lower pH value. I will think, should I plant it in a container for the balcony or in a full shadow place, but it's a pity. I never realized before the variegated plants look so good in the shadow in garden. I feel grateful, lucky that because of the calathea I bought, I did some research in the houseplants. It helps with the garden remake also. Yes, I think it fit. Maybe I get some more of this hosta. This pattern looks a little bit like the white fusion calathea. Also this type of variegation, very pretty. So, and today I have to prune this camellia. At the bottom, they have too many buds on the bottom. All the energy goes up to the top. I'm not a garden miracle master of camellia. I'm afraid they will not go very well next spring, so I will prune it now and also remove too many leaves, too lush. Lush is not good for me. They cover each other. I have to remove many of them and the weak branches. Yes, that's for today's plan, and pick up some more variegated plants.